Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here. I know it's been a rough day. It's been a rough day for Canucks fans and especially for Canadians around the world because the Blue Jays lost in the World Series. And so that's the big news tonight. It's the monster news as Blue Jays lose the World Series at home to the Dodgers and the Canucks lose in Minnesota. Because this is a hockey channel, we got to talk about both. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's the biggest game. I thought the Blue Jays had it. I watched 92 and 93 World Series. I didn't think I'd ever see the Blue Jays in the World Series again. That was a really cool thing to see. I thought we had them tonight. But man, the Dodgers are juggernauts and they earned their way to win. They had solo home runs in 3 innings and won this game. And well done, Dodgers. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. Disappointed. I mean, what else do you say? I mean, well-fought game, great series. One of the best World Series I've ever seen. The only better one, in my opinion, was Joe Carter hitting it out to win it with a home run, which we could have done tonight as well, but they just couldn't get it done. And that's hard. It's hard. And so some of you like, Trev, it's a Canucks channel. Just talk about the Canucks. I know, but Canucks take back seat tonight, everyone. Because no one's going to remember that the Canucks lost today. They're going to remember that the Blue Jays lost and that the Dodgers won. So, I mean, some of us diehards, we're going to remember that day when the Canucks lost in Minnesota. Yeah, it was the same day that Minnesota lost or Minnesota won and Canucks lost. So, oh, well, it is what it is. It totally is what it is. So, yeah, that looks good. My wife's got a new outfit on for tomorrow. She's wearing her Blue Jays. You want to just show them, honey? Come on. Come show them the Blue Jays outfit. Yes. Okay, fine. Why? Okay, that's fine. All right. She's wearing it tomorrow, everyone. So you wanna see it, you gotta come over tomorrow and you gotta see it. So, anyways, all right. So Canucks lose 2-0 on the road to the Minnesota Wild, 5-2, everyone. Let's get into it. I don't know. Like, I want you to post in the comments what you thought about the game tonight. Not just the baseball game, but especially the Canucks game. As you can see here, Tarasenko has 3 points as the Canucks defeat the Wild to end a 5-game skid. And it's just disappointing to see that the Canucks didn't come and didn't show up. Really, at the end of the day, that's what happened. They didn't show up. And Minnesota's good. We're going to give Minnesota a lot of credit here. I think they just went through a tough spell. But there's a lot to think about in this game, especially the Marco Rossi, as we came very close to making a trade for him this summer. So what were your thoughts on him? And you know what? Actually, we'll go into the goals here real quick, but this is on the power play, and they get it across the line here. Boldy goes across Joel Eriksson Ek with the beautiful pass, and Tarasenko with the gorgeous goal. I mean, solid goal, right? And then Drew O'Connor with his very first goal of the season, everyone. This was actually a pretty nice goal, hardworking goal, because he steals the puck here, passes it over to Ratu, back over to is it McEachran? McEachran? I can't remember. I always say it wrong. And then back to him, and what a beautiful goal. I'm very happy for him. Finally gets his first goal of the season. Very happy with him. And then Marco Rossi, the guy that we were all kind of hoping would get this. He wins the face-off. No, was it he? Did he win the face-off? Yeah, it is. He won the face-off. And then goes in front of the net. Or no, it goes to the side of the net. They put a screen in front and just right place, right time. What can you do on that one? And then Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Whoops, my bad. I don't want to do that because I don't want to get copyright stuff there. Edge goal thing here. This is just a hard-working goal in the way of just the speed. But one thing that I didn't like is look at the Canucks D here. Okay, so we have it. Reichel passes it to Tyler Myers, who just fires it. There's only one guy in front of the net. I mean, it's fine, but then it's all of a sudden we get caught, right? So two guys are already below, which is fine. But Reichel's here, doesn't get there quick enough. Then Myers is like a pylon right there. That was awful. When I watched that in the game, I was sitting there going, "What is he doing?" He just went around him, no problem. Now you've got a 2-on-1, and how this happens to me is just wild, if you ask me. And just rifles it and gets his first goal of the year. So that was super disappointing. So that makes it 3-1. And then this is the backbreaker, everyone. Brodin shoots it at a really bad angle. Eriksson Ek passes it around the boards. He gets the puck here, and he just fires it, and it goes in. It hits Demko's glove, I believe, and goes in. And then this goal is literally the fastest goal off of face-off for us. Ratu to Drew O'Connor, and in. He wins the face-off. Ratu, he's great at the face-offs this year, and it's in. So, and then, of course, the empty netter. Who cares about that? So we were losing 4-2, 3 minutes, 17 seconds left. We had our goalie pulled, and they scored. So, yeah, it wasn't our night. Outshot? No, we outshot them by 1. We got they beat us in faceoffs barely. It was very close. They scored once on the power play. We did not. We got to generate more offensive opportunities on the power play. Penalty minutes are the same. Hits were just 4 more for the Wild. Block shots, Wild. Giveaways, we had more, unfortunately. And then takeaways, we only had 1 more. So we lost our first meeting with them 5-2. And then we played them December 6th in Vancouver, and then as well April 2nd. So if you look at the box score, and we're just going to look just a moment. Let's go to the Minnesota just for a second. And so hope that everyone can hear me well, everything. Yeah, you can. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not been talking for the last 3 minutes and it didn't happen. Okay. So the guy I want to look at is Rossi, 21 shifts, 18 minutes, 18 and a half minutes, 3 shots, 1 block, 3 hits, guys. Oh, man. 1 goal. So did he get the game winner? Is that what it ended up working out? No, he got the second goal. So, and then Kaprizov, 23, almost 24 minutes, 21 shifts. Yeah. 2 shots and didn't get on the score sheet. So, I mean, Gustafson's a solid goaltender, played well tonight. But if we go to the Canucks, it's the big boys are nowhere to be seen. And I do want to talk about just a second this top. Let's put it this top line, okay? And I want to dive into it. So we're gonna do. We're going to get into it in just a second. Okay. So, Besser with over 21 minutes. Baines was 11 and a half. Drew O'Connor had his best game of the season so far, 15 and a half, 21 shifts. Pettersson, 22 minutes, basically, 24 guys, shifts, 0 shots on net, 4 hits. Wow, that's what we're paying you. No, that's not. That's Sherwood. 1 block, no shots on goal, no hits, and 33% in the faceoff. I'm just saying it's just not good enough. Sherwood was sensational last few games. only had 4 hits, -2. Ratu, good in the faceoffs. Sasson, which everyone's now saying Sasson because there's controversy there, and that's what you're supposed to say, and it's like, whatever. Matt Sasson say it's Sasson, and his dad says it's Sasson. So I don't know. I like having that little accent there. DeBrusk, 17 minutes, 22, 3 shots on goal. Okay night. Kane only had 16 shifts. He had 12 minutes in penalties, everyone. That's great. That's great. And Carlson doesn't play much. So what about Reichel? Where I missed one. 13 and a half, 15 shifts. Okay. Willander, 23 shifts, everyone. So was it third game of the season in his career? 23 shifts. Hronek played 25, almost 26 minutes. Marcus Pettersson had a monster night numbers-wise. And, here we go. That's the recap. That's the recap. Okay, I want to talk about this right here. So DOC with 2 goals, best performance of the night. The big question I want you to answer is, how do you feel about the Canucks' performance? We know that the injury bug has hit us hard. Besser's back though, so that's the good news. This can't be the excuse, but it definitely is a reason why we lost tonight. It is what it is. And then I meant to put a week one. I spelled that wrong. Week one. That's a week one in. And then this is the conversation I want to talk about. I heard this on the radio, and I've been thinking about this, and I want to do a bit of a rant on this, okay? So, I'm just preparing myself. Okay. DeBrusk, EP40, Brock Besser are not good together. And what bothers me about it is this. They played in training camp together. They played in preseason together, and now they played in the regular season together. And they've switched that lineup. Garland's been hurt. So they've moved Brock, who we just paid $7 million to for the next, it says it's 7.25, next 7 years. Petey's is the biggest ripoff contract in the NHL so far. Like literally the worst contract in the league with his production and how much he's been getting paid. And that's, you can say, oh, that's hating. No, it's facts. It's just a fact. And DeBrusk just does not play good with these two. In fact, Brock Besser in the long ago past played good with Petey, but I think it was him and Kuzmenko that played to get good, if I can remember correctly. I mean, it's a long time ago. When's the last time Kuzmenko was in a uniform, guys? 39 goals he had for us. Tokic didn't like him. He's out the door. He's still playing in the NHL, still scoring goals. I mean, Pettersson played amazing with 2 different people, okay? He played amazingly with Kuzmenko, and he played amazingly with JT Miller. The Lotto line was incredible. And there was times where, like, you just need to put all 3 of those guys. It's because Pettersson doesn't drive the line. You need a dog. You need someone with a drive to run his line, and that's why they put Garland on that line, and it was a good idea in the season, okay? It was a good idea in the season. But what bothers me about this is that basically Coach Foote tried to make this line work, and it hasn't worked all year, and now we need them. The good news is they had all this time to build chemistry and can't do jack squat. How did you not see this before? And how did you not? It's like, oh no, it's still early. You have seen them together in practice, in training camp, in preseason, and now in the regular season. And it took you so long to say, no, this doesn't work. And now injuries are back and like, oh, good. Now they play together. In theory, it should work. But the fact is, this line sucks together. It's terrible. In fact, I would say the best line for Petey on this roster is Kane, Petey, and Garland. That's it. That's it. I mean, maybe when Bluger comes back and we can put another centerman in and get Reichel to go up and play with Petey, maybe that will be helpful on the left wing. Right now, this line is absolute, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say garbage. I'm not going to say garbage, but they're just so average. They're so meh that it just sucks. Like, you got to have guys like these three guys have to step up. And I get that DeBrusk's streaky and you can't rely on him night in and night out to have like great offensive performances, but you can rely on him to do great things defensively, physically, and then score the odd goal, have the odd assist, and call it a day for him. But Pettersson, in my opinion, has to be better. And all these people, I'll say people, all these fans who are the PD police who told me that I needed to sign an apology letter for his, apologizing for the truth that I said about Pettersson for the last year and a half. You're out to lunch right now. You're delusional. You're delusional to think. And everyone's like, he had a good game because he was awesome defensively. He had 33% on faceoffs. His line didn't do jack squat. And this is not the first time. This is many, many games now. We're in game 15 right now, whatever we are. And you know what I'm doing? I'm keeping tabs on every single game. I've literally written them down, and I'm going to go through it. When we get to game 20, I'm going to read out what he's done. And I want him to do well, but he's not. We're in game 12, and he's had maybe he's had 2 great games. He's had maybe, I'm going to say he's had 1 great game and 2 good games. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. But tonight, him and his line were not good enough. End of story. And Brock's a part of that piece. Brock, you got to do something. You just signed a long-term deal with us, and I get it. But Brock, you've been demoted off the first line to the second line, and Garland's outbeat you in that line. And now you're down, and because of a Garland injury, you're back to the top line. So instead of playing with Reichel, you're playing with Pettersson, which should mean that's an upgrade, and you should be doing something. But the fact is you're not doing jack squat. And that's part of the reason why we're not having success. This line is not producing. That was a really long rant, and I don't think I said anything that wasn't factually correct there. And someone's going to come into my comments and go, you know what? Technically, no, I test points-wise, game flow. Nothing that this line has done this year has been amazing. You need Pettersson to be working with Kane and Garland. End of story. End of story, guys. Absolutely. So, and probably ranting a little bit more tonight because the Blue Jays lost, and it's disappointing, right? So I'm going to get into your comments, everyone. Just a reminder, if you want a Kempner Canucks hat, just because I produce passionate, realistic Canucks content, guys. Kempner Canucks hats here. They're, whoops, that's mine. One, my bad. They're snapback. They fit everyone. $45 a piece. I'd love to ship one to you. And Bing Tang, I've got you, man. I got the prices for you. You're in Australia, and I'll send them to you, man. I'll send them to you. So, yeah, got the prices down today. Okay. Let's get into the promo and get into your comments. I'm glad you're here, even though the Canucks weren't great tonight. Well, first comment is Rod, and he said that it's going to be a rough night for me as a Jays and a Canucks fan, he thinks. You predicted both of those correctly. Shane says, listening to the Canucks, watching Game 7. I've been a Dodgers fan since Gonzalez, but I'm pretty neutral in this game. I hope it's a good game. It was a good game for sure. Yeah, David W., he was right. Rough night for us for sure. Yeah, it was walk off. It was intense. It was a great game. 11th inning. It was, and Rod was right. So, Dell, what a hockey game! It was it was baseball tonight. Blue Jays choked the series. I don't know. I just think the Dodgers earned it. I don't know if I'd say choked. The good news is the BC Lions won. That's right, Mark. Thank you for reminding me about that. What the heck happened? We just talked about that for the last 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, baseball needs a salary cap. They won't, though. They won't. 3-2 series lead. Final 2 at home, 3-0. And then at 4-2 lead, chokers. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Come on, man. Like Yamamoto came in to pitch. He's probably the best pitcher in baseball. This is who they brought in to relieve and to just end the Blue Jays there, right? But we had every opportunity to win. It's true. David W., at least the Blue Jays have heart. The Canucks, by contrast, didn't have very much. And their season on playoff qualification remains very much on the line. I agree. Simon's here. I'm assuming you enjoyed the baseball game. I did. I wish it would have been in like the first game when we went into 2 games. And yeah, I mean, went to extra innings. You can't ask for better value. So yeah, the BC Lions run. Darren says debust -3, 10 pound. Is that what you're trying to say? 10 pound. PD -2, Besser -2, no points. All our players are streaky except for Sherwood and Garland this season. Baines, don't get me started. Okay, and a lot of people are upset with the Kane one. And by the way, I made the Kane video, and a guy came into my comments, and I got it. Like, he doesn't agree, and you don't have to agree with everything I say, but the idea that you're like, you just need to relax and blah blah blah. Well, here's another game where Kane didn't show up. Like, we signed you. You're a local boy. And not only that, guy, you had 12 minutes in penalty minutes, man. Right? So how are you helping the team out? How are you helping the team out? How's my hockey pool doing? I'm not doing the greatest yet, but it's still early, so I'm not too worried about it. He should have never worn that Austin Matthews jersey. Who wore it? Who wore that? Lions won, Whitecaps advanced. Yeah, so that's and why didn't the Canucks wish those guys good luck? No, David W. is not a bot. He's just stating facts, likelihoods, and observations. And no, I know that he's not a bot because I've seen his videos. I've watched them. My predictions of Vancouver's schedule until the Olympics. You know what? I think once they get healthy, we'll be more competitive. That's really what it comes down to. Yep. Still there. No comment. Next question. EP40 on pace for 40 points again. Missed the playoffs again. Yikes. Faceoffs were in the Canucks, Minnesota Wild. Oh, so close. 29-28 for the Wild. But even among Canucks players who took faceoffs, there were extremes. Ratu having won 10 out of 15. EP40s 7 out of 21. That's awful. Sasson went 7 for 12 in the faceoff circle, with Reichel having also won half of the 8 he'd taken. So what you're telling me is EP40 was the worst of all of them. Great. Money well spent. I was right last year, probably again this year. I mean, it's early, but I said, and I went on record many times at saying that we were going to win or we were going to make the playoffs because we were going to be healthy. Problem is, we're not healthy and we're not in a playoff spot. So, got to get healthy in order for this team to turn things around. More fun in the Philippines says this team not as good this year. Loss of Suter and Miller. Yeah, those hurt for sure. EP40 ranked number 99 in scoring. Perfect. Hey, Dell. Money well spent, right? Fell asleep. It was such a boring game. Demko allowed 2 ugly goals. That's fine. It's fine. Shane says 100%. 10-pound PD sucks. That's extra 10 pounds. Is that what it is? He was 6 kilos, so it's like 13, isn't it? Maybe Manny will be the next coach. What's my predictions of the Western Conference? Any surprises of the teams in your opinion? Yeah, there's a number like Seattle. Seattle's a huge surprise to me. Calgary is a huge surprise. I did not think they'd be last place. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But Edmonton struggling. I knew that Vegas, I was predicting that Vegas was going to be a team to beat this year. In fact, I think I have them, if I remember the Pacific one, I predicted that they're going to win the Pacific, and they had a chance to contend for that. So I don't know yet some of those other things. So yeah, Brian, it sucked. Blue Jays lost. Yeah, he's not a certain enough by him. I think we're talking about Pedersen there. I don't know about Eastern Conference. Honestly, I haven't watched a ton of their games yet this year. I've been very busy with a lot of things, so I couldn't say. Okay, if you're going to go right now, Pacific Conference, or no, I mean, sorry, Western Conference, it's going to be Vegas versus Colorado. That's my prediction right now. But in the East, I think there's a lot of teams that are still good there. The Canes look really good. Yeah. Can't coach. I don't know if that's true. Maybe not. Dell, they had multiple chances to dump EV40. Now it's too late. Getting comfortably numb. Yeah. We're not going to buy him out. Eugene says, ouch. Beer Baron says it's even more frustrating seeing the bottom feeder teams leapfrog past the Canucks. I agree. We'll be out of the playoffs for Christmas. I mean, I hope not. EP40 blocked a shot and was -2 and then versus Minnesota Wild, i.e. another not great performance. That's a great point, right? Another not great performance. Gerald, good to see you, buddy. Just disappointed the Blue Jays lost and not impressed with our Canucks. That's really what's up for me. I like Pedersen, but he looks like a zombie on attack. Yeah. Halloween's over, Pedersen. By the way, everyone, we fall back tonight. So you get an extra hour of sleep. Hope that goes well for everyone. Besser's contract. Oof. Yeah. Canucks will be mid forever. Wow. That's a bold statement, but maybe it's accurate. Cosmic says, hey, Trev, do you want to do an EP40 peaceful protest to oust him? Well, okay, Del, no, but I do appreciate the fans that say, do the let's go PD, but isn't it sad that we got to get, like, we're trying to fire up the guy who's the highest paid player in our franchise history. If I was him, I'd be mad that fans had to do that. But I mean, just cheer him normally, right? But I do think it's cool. But if I was PD, I would not like that. Rick says management signed this team to doom when they chose Princess PD over JT. It looks like it right now, right? And not that JT Miller's playing great hockey in New York, but I think he's playing better than Pedersen is personally. But they'll be out of. Actually, that might not be true. That might not be true. I got to think about that more. Pedersen's had a lot of lame nights. I think JT's had a few of them too. I think they're both not playing great, but probably JT's barely better, and that doesn't say much. Your prediction already: Vegas, Kings, Oilers, Kraken. That's solid so far. None of DeBrusk, Pedersen, Besser are play drivers. True. Besser needs a playmaker like JT Miller. I agree. He can't create chances. Petey can't drive his own line. He needs JT Miller. That's why the Lotto line worked. Good point. Good point, Gerald. We just don't have enough depth. And this is why all the trade rumors are out there for, I mean, now it's Stamkos. Before it was Zaka. It's been Zaka all summer. It's Kadri now is getting a lot, but I don't think like there's actual conversation that's happening. Like I don't think anything substantial is going on there, but I would love a Kadri coming to Vancouver. I think he's the kind of guy that could move the needle. The other two, I don't think they move the needle. But if we got Stamkos, sorry, I woke up super early this morning. If we got Stamkos, first of all, we'd have to retain salary. Second of all, that's a guy who could probably play well with Pedersen. Just put him on the wing, and I think those two guys could shine. That's what I think. I'm shocked by the Blue Jays that the Blue Jays lost, but hey, let's go Dodgers. Darren loves the rant. I'm kind of like the king of rants. You know what I mean? I just get on it, and I mean, what? I don't want to be right on those, but I am. Maybe Canucks won't fall as they fall so far on the playoff spot, but they pretty much have to sell. Yeah, JT, despite his faults, and people want to say he wasn't great defensively. Who cares? Who cares? He was great in other ways, being gritty, being tough to play against, scoring goals. He got in the odd fight. He tried to motivate the team. I don't know. There's no perfect player, but JT Miller is one of those guys you want to go to war with. Beer Baron says Aquilines don't care. They prefer Nucks to be middle forever for steady income. They don't want loss of revenue from a rebuild. I agree. They don't want loss of revenue. I don't think that they want to be middle forever. I don't think that's what they want. Glad the West won. Then the Jays not a Jays fan. Okay, that's interesting. Cosmic, I would love for the team to do a full rebuild, but probably not going to. I don't think it's going to happen. The only way we could possibly do it, but just the way the contracts are set up, is if we lose Quinn Hughes. So Gerald says, was a great game. Jays versus Dodgers, not Canucks game, which lacked effort. Power play was terrible. Yep, it was. Didn't see any of the Canucks game because of Game 7, but the Canucks game result is what I expected. I was expecting us to lose tonight too. Yeah, I mean the Habs. David W's right. The Habs rebuilt, and then maybe the Canucks can do the same thing. Yeah, got to put the clocks back, and if you have your phones, it just automatically does it. Kane showed up for the penalty minutes. That's right. Canucks lose. Blue Jays lose. I'm getting drunk. No. Don't get drunk. Bro. BC Lions won and the Whitecaps won. So they advance, right? At least Canadian teams went to the finals. Oilers and Jays. Sure. I mean, I'm not cheering for the Oilers, but I respect them. Management would have have a shred of passion for hockey for that time. Oof. Yeah, I understand that our fan base is frustrated with ownership, but management. I mean, you don't think? Are you talking about Aquilini's? Or are you talking about Rutherford and Alvin? I think all those people have a passion for hockey, but I don't know. I think the hate's gone too far, but maybe I'm wrong. I just think it's an easy thing to accuse people of, but we'll see. Guaranteed a Canadian team will win in 2026. 33 is a majestic number. Okay. Hope you're right. Stanley wise, of course. I don't see footer here beyond December. You know what? That would be wild. That would be wild. Darren, think about that for a second. And you have, because that's the way he posted it. But for me, I'm going to think about that for a second. Dude, this is amazing. If he is not here beyond December, first of all, he gets paid that whole contract. Okay. And Manny Malhotra comes in. Wow. Govind says, I want EP40 to be good, but he's not the guy he was before the contract. It's true. It's just true. I want him to be good too. EP40 belongs in Buffalo. GM Alvin and President Rutherford seem to have forgotten how to put together a Stanley Cup winning teams, with the Pittsburgh Penguins having won quite a few during their prospective tenures. They only won 2, but yes, they won. They had a lot of success. I don't think they've forgotten. I just think it's really hard to do in 2 locations. Buffalo, Vancouver are cousins. What's the difference? I mean, just look at the Utah owner. He built them a brand new practice facility, is excited and engaging all the time with the players. And now the Mammoth are on a tear. Yeah, that's another surprising one for me. They should trade EP40 for assets. I mean, I don't know what you can get for him at this stage, but I don't think it's much. That contract's just too big. I hope Hughes stays, but why would you stay if you're the number one center? If your number one center is borderline third line or fourth line center, you want a cup as a player. If you're Hughes, you're confident that in this team around you. Are you confident? Yeah, I don't think he's confident. I don't think he's happy. I don't think he's happy. How can he be? He's also injured. Our team's better with him healthy. Yeah, he's been bad this year, Smasher, for sure. I agree. I'm hoping that team won't be the Habs. Although among such non-Hab teams, I count 2 in top 3 divisional spots, the Jets and the Sens. Russ says, thank goodness for the BC Lions at the Vancouver Whitecaps. And you did a double stream, right, of the Canucks and Jays. So how you doing, Russ? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Canucks are struggling again. It's been hard. It's been hard, man. It's been hard. The only guy shooting the puck on the power play is Hronek. Why is it so hard for them to shoot? I'm not sure. Hey, Trev, let's forget Let's Go PD. The chant should be PD sucks. Wow. You imagine if that's what the crowd said? Kadri all the way. Yeah, that he would move the needle, in my opinion. None of the guys Canucks are targeting in the trade help the Canucks make it to the playoffs. If you're not doing anything as EP40, you're not going to do anything with EP40 as your number one center. I understand why you're saying that. I understand your frustration. What player would want to come to Vancouver right now? Nobody that wants to hoist the cup in the next 2 decades. Wow, Rick. Doom and gloom. Abby Canucks lost 6-1. That's painful too. Ouch. We lose Huggy, Huggy. we lose Huggy. We lose Hughes, and the writing is on the wall. That's guaranteed. Don't be surprised when it happens. I'll be surprised, Darren. Russell, Abby ain't winning this year. All the players are on the big club. Yeah, I know. Well, until they go back down, right? Alvin should have been canned the day he traded Miller. You know what? I don't know if I agree with that. Even though I'm not happy with that trade and I didn't think we got enough, I don't agree with it. And let me tell you why. Because I think they tried their best to make that situation work and they just couldn't. And so he had to do something and he was handcuffed. he had a no trade clause, and he said, I just want to go to the Rangers, and the Rangers knew that, and that's why we got such bad return for him. So, but Russ says, Gerald, you're right. Even Kudryavtsev is with the big club for no reason. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. O'Connor got his goals by shooting. Why can't the rest of the team figure that out? That's a good point. I don't know the answer to that question. It's too early to say we need a rebuild. I agree. One, Aquaman will never allow it. Also, the Canucks have 8 players out. So the fact that they are still almost 500, well, we're 500 before tonight, as I would call that a win as well. It's not ideal, but it's still decent. I agree. We need to sign Sherwood ASAP. I agree, but they're not going to sign him until closer to the trade deadline, or attempt to. Yeah, Nathan, Whitecaps won. That's exciting. Hard to build chemistry like they had during the Miller era. That takes years to develop. I mean, they're professionals though, right? So yeah. Foot is the reason PD is not putting up points. Terrible line deployment with Besser and DeBrusk, and as a swingers. Okay, wait a minute. He switched them up, and Garland was there, and PD started playing better, right? So Garland going down with an injury, that hurts. But so I'm not sure. Yeah, like what would you do now with those injuries? Would you put PD, like I put Kane with PD and Besser? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So many haters say. I mean, I think what's happening is that people are discouraged, right? I looked at the latest AHL standings with the Abbey Canucks relevant regular season record 2-6-0-1 on wins, regulation, OT, and shootout losses. Dead last in the Pacific. That's awful. Funny thing is, I also believe if PD went to another team, he would light it up. I don't think he would unless he's playing with the play driver. Darren heard that the Oilers are knocking on the door for Sherwood. That would be a dumb move. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Unless we got like a first round pick for him. That's the only way. But I would hate that. Now you're playing against Sherwood? No. Sorry. Of course, every team in the league wants a Sherwood. That's what they want. So, okay, everyone. It's been a rough night, but what's great is you showed up, and I'm thankful for you. And guys, it sucks that the Blue Jays lost, but it is what it is, and we're going to be okay. So we're going to get into Russ' comment. Right now, with all the injuries, I'd go Sherwood, PD, Besser. I'd go Kane, PD, Sherwood. That's what I would do. So Devin says, yes, they are professional, but lots of teams struggle for years. Getting a core like the Canucks had only comes once in a while. True. But I don't think Darren's from Edmonton. No, I think he's a Canucks fan. He's a Canucks fan. That's why he's here, man. And Sarfi Bear says, let's go Dodgers back-to-back. Hey, congrats, your team won. Canucks Uncensored's here. 1, PD, DeBrusk, Sherwood. Kane, Reichel, Besser. Leave the third line, fourth line says they're fine. That's okay. That's okay. Canucks Uncensored, good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. We can try it. Yeah, that's okay. I guess I should say DeBrusk, Besser should never play together. Yeah. Dervin, yeah, thanks, man. I try to have good Canucks conversation, and the reason why is, one, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys, you girls that come in to the stream. I want to hear from you. I like having the conversation. I do like to talk passionately about this team, honestly about this team, realistically about this team. And right now, we're not good. We're not good. Sherwood carried us on our back. That's why we won the last game. Pettersson hasn't been good. The DeBrusk, Pettersson, Besser line has not worked. That foot experiment has failed. The injuries are piling up, and I don't know, like, what else are we going to say? That's what it's about. And I like hearing from you. So yeah, nice shirt. Thanks. It's just the Just Do It Nike shirt. Appreciate it. Will Smith, yeah, he was good tonight for the Dodgers. Cheering for the Blue Jays is like cheering for the Leafs. I disagree. Leafs have won one playoff series in how long? The Blue Jays, in my lifetime, I've seen the Blue Jays play in the World Series 3 times and won 2 championships. So just saying that. Yeah, it's a healthy conversation for sure. You enjoyed the conversation as well, David W. It's good to connect with you, and looking forward to watching next Canucks game if I can, which is this week on. How come I don't know that off the top of my head? Where is it? Let's go back to next game is Monday night against the Nashville Predators in Nashville, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. RevTrev, you always lift my mood. Thank you for the stream. Well, brother, I'm thankful that you think that way. Thank you so much for the encouragement. I appreciate that you like the channel. Part of it is I wonder why, because right now we're in therapy session. So I guess I'm trying to be encouraging and and telling the truth. I don't know. Maybe the truth not only hurts, but it also heals. It heals. So lefty all around. I second that. It's more fun. It's more fun in the Philippines. What are we talking about here? Times for the Sedins to come out of retirement. That'd be great. You like this show? Great. Thanks, Darren. I appreciate that. Yeah, the next game is Monday against Nashville in Nashville. And everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, like and subscribe for Nothing is Perfect as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Russ, for being here, one of my mods. Appreciate you. Got a few of the mods in here. Appreciate you guys. Okay, we're calling it a night. 48 minutes of disappointment, ranting, truth speaking, but gratefulness that you're here. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And of course, always, we'll be here Monday night. By the way, before I leave, a reminder, good chance, November, is it 9th, 10th, whatever that Sunday night is, this weekend coming up is the following weekend, that is, because tomorrow's Sunday. There's a good chance I'm going to be at the Wild Flames game in Minnesota. Like, guys, this is going to be crazy. Okay, so let's cheer on this Canucks team. I know we suck tonight. I know we're disappointed by the Blue Jays, but the Lions won, the Whitecaps won, and we need to believe in blue and cheer this team on. Go Canucks, go. Have a great evening. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you.